De filmopnames zijn klaar. Wie horen wij snurken?
So your movie's already finished? That went faster than I thought.
De rest is allemaal weg.
What? How? Oh, it's you. Damn, boy. Why won't you let me sleep? I haven't slept a wink in weeks.
Oh, sorry. I really just wanted to congratulate you on the completion of Cowwolf.
Okay. Thanks. Now, let me sleep.
So the movie's really ready. When can I find it on the Fluxnet program?
Fluxnet? No idea when the movie will be added to Fluxnet's streaming catalog. However, it should be in theaters in about 6 months.
Wasn't the movie a Fluxnet production?
It is, but to have a chance at the Oscar, the movie has to be in theaters first.
Oh, you really think the flick has a chance at the Oscar?
Me personally? Never. Rather hell freezes over. The production studio, however, thinks it will make a killing at the next Oscars.
Dat wij een Oscar-film hebben gemaakt.
Really just shows how little they know about movies. But it's not my concern anymore. I'll be doing real cinematography again starting next week. Maybe a really sophisticated, scary movie in black and white.
Sounds like a good plan. And what keeps you here now when the project's finished? Do they pay you so little that it's not enough for a bed in a hotel?
Yes, they did. But on the one hand, I enjoy the pleasant silence and good air here in the forest, and I get a great night's sleep. And on the other hand, I still have a few smaller reshoots ahead of me that I want to get over with as little time as possible.
Reshoots?
Yes, so-called filler material.
Filler material.
Primarily nature photography. The murmur of a river, squirrels collecting nuts, raccoons planning their next raid. That kind of thing. But as always, obstacles are put in my way again.
Obstacles?
Yes, Mr. Snuggles is uncooperative and refuses to work.
Oh.
As a result, the lighting of the movie set is again completely inadequate. I can't shoot like that.
Mr. Snuggles? Susie Longbottom's hamster? What's wrong with him? He looked very happy in his wheel lately.
No idea what is wrong with him. I'm not a veterinarian.
Ah.
But it might be better if a vet takes a closer look at him.
Dan is de vet
I
misschien
have
nu wel
no
thuis.
desire to be sued for health exploitation.
Eerder konden we daar niet naartoe.
Is it
En
that
nu dan
bad?
misschien wel.
As I said, I'm not a doctor. The hamster just doesn't want to work anymore. I believe a few villages down the road, a Dr. Stringer has his practice.
Ja, klopt.
Maybe you should go to him with Mr. Snuggles.
Me? Why don't you go yourself?
Because now I'm in desperate need of a good night's sleep. And you were the animal rights activist to the two of us, if I remember correctly, aren't you?
If I can help Mr. Snuggles with this, I will happily take him to the vet.
There you go. I knew it. And now please let me sleep a little more. Just let me know when my employee is up and running again.
For him to be your employee, you would have to at least pay him some kind of salary. Or at least his food.
What do you mean?
I have to go. Sleep well.
Nou, hij gaat liggen pitten. Een foto maken. Hij ziet er moe uit. Daar krijg je wel weer een achievement voor. Kunnen we ook nog van die indianenfoto maken?
That's not...
Nee.
Mr. Snuggles looks pretty exhausted.
Ja,
I better take him to the vet.
laten we dat doen.
Mr. Pollock's movie is as good as finished anyway.
Gaan we naar de vet, die dus al die tijd gesloten was. Is die nu open? Ja, het hek is open. Kijk eens aan. Het hek is open. Idyllic tree.
Oh, how idyllic.
We kunnen en naar zijn huis en naar zijn
Through the
praktijk.
window, I can see into Dr. Stringer's living room. Next to the door is a small scratching post for cats with a comfortable little bed on top. And in the crib lies... Oh, can that be? Why does the cat in the crib look like the missing Mr. Fumbleclaw?
Hey,
That's a strange coincidence.
Dat is inderdaad een
On the
strange
other
coincidence.
hand, Dr. Stringer's practice is on the route of the mail van I got from Johnny Scroot's computer. So it would be quite possible. Wow! I don't believe it! I've actually found him! No doubt about it! The longer I look at the kitty, the more sure that I am. I should definitely talk to Dr. Stringer. I'm curious what he has to say about that. I think I actually made it!
Ja,
And found him! Mr. Fumbleclaw! And he seems to be well, thank God! There's a load off my mind. Unfortunately, this also means the end of the game! After all, the name of the game is The Search for Mr. Fumbleclaw. And the search is now over. I hope you had a lot of fun with the game. You can now turn off your computer, cell phone or games console and do the housework. Or your homework. I think the trash would still need to be taken out as well.
is wel waar.
No, I'm kidding. The game's far from over. For now, the mystery of how Mr. Fumbleclaw got into the living room of the good Dr. Stringer must be solved. Lady Longbottom will be less than thrilled. But better I not tell her anything yet. And rather ask Dr. Stringer.
Ja, eerst onderzoek.
Surely there's a very simple explanation for this. No. It's not proper to enter a strange... The village police don't usually take a joke when it... Even though I'm pretty sure...
Nou, dan gaan we maar de praktijk in. Hier is een skelet. Plastic skeleton of a big monkey.
Yikes. Now just don't lose your head, Scott. I'm sure no one will notice. And when in doubt, I'll just blame it on Buddy. I'm sure he has many a bone buried under the pasture outside.
Plastic skull. Ah,
No, I need some.
ja, daar gaan we iets van maken straks.
I think there are some flea combs in the box.
Ja,
If I'm not mistaken, this is one of
Precies.
Ricky's donation boxes. Oh, a flea comb! Very good. You should always carry a flea comb. Never know when you'll have to deal with the little bloodsuckers.
zo is het. Een vlooien kam.
The large poster clip. Well then. Good thing I already had plenty of experience as a hairdresser. I create all my own cosplay costumes and wigs for the science fiction events I attend regularly. I am a real artist.
Hebben we een goede pruik
I could
gemaakt
ask
nu.
any amount of money for this wig on eBay.
Kijk, en die doen we dan op die
Wouldn't
schedel.
it be great if that had worked now?
Die doen we niet op die schedel.
No. No. No.
Oh, oké. Nou, in dat geval. Dr. Alfred.
Now that's a pretty good one. And he exudes an infectiously good mood despite the vet visit. Good day. My name's Whiskers. Scott Whiskers. Dr. Stringer, I presume.
That's right. Hello, Scott. Welcome to my practice. Do you have a small or large furry friend that needs my help?
You're talking about my buddy Andy. He's got quite a phobia of doctors, I'm afraid. I don't think you'll be seeing him anytime soon.
My dear Mr. Whiskers, I'm talking about a furry four-legged friend, of course.
Oh. Is your practice open yet? There's so little going on here.
My practice is always open for emergencies. I actually kept this morning free to take care of Buddy here.
Buddy? He's a pretty one.
He is, but unfortunately not the smartest.
Why does he have to be smart when he's so pretty?
Because then he would have refrained from rolling around in the litter box of his buddy, Cat Skippy. Buddy's fur is 50% cat litter right now.
Bah.
Small, fine, extremely sticky cat litter.
Whoops. And then his owner immediately dragged him to the doctor? Aren't you a little overqualified for that?
Can you keep a secret and swear not to tell anyone?
Probably not.
Buddy is my dog.
Really?
Yes. And if word gets out now, my handsome Buddy will be the laughing stock of the village for the next few months.
Ja, dat moeten we niet hebben natuurlijk.
Well, of course, we don't want that.
Precies.
It's still funny.
If you've ever spent an hour combing cat litter out of your dog's long coat, you'll probably see it differently.
When I used to walk my Dachshund Robbie as a child, he would roll around in every other pile of excrement. My parents always thought that was great too.
Surely, you're not here to talk about our four-legged friend's preference for excrement, are you?
No, I'm really not. I have two major concerns.
Shoot, I hope I can help.
Well, for one thing, even though this may sound a little strange, have you received a box from the post office lately with a live cat inside?
Excuse me? A live cat in a box? That sounds terrible. No, of course not. Who would think of such a terrible idea? The poor animal.
Well, you have a donation box back there in the corner from pet hairdresser Ricky. And Mr. Fumbleclaw, through the most unfortunate chain of circumstances, was shipped in just such a box.
Yes, Ricky often sends me boxes of odds and ends. I usually give the stuff away to my customers.
And there was no hairy extra in the box.
No, of course not. Surely I would have noticed that.
Are you sure? Because I could have sworn I saw Mr. Fumbleclaw in your living room, slumbering peacefully in a soft little bed.
Excuse me? You were in my living room?
No, of course not. I just happened to glance through the window.
How rude. And you think you saw what exactly?
Mr. Fumbleclaw, large, white, of noble blood, and the hairstyle not entirely dissimilar to Buddy's.
You must have been mistaken. In my apartment lives only my cat Skippy. And Skippy is a short-haired grey street cat. And he sounds nothing like the cat you just described. Not to mention that it is very rude to look into other people's living rooms.
But
Enough of what you mistakenly think you saw. It's bad enough that someone sent a live cat in the mail. And I really hope that the kitty is doing well. But didn't you have a second concern?
indeed, could you help an exhausted pocket hamster? Make him happy again?
Pocket hamster?
Yeah, well, the hamster I have here in my pocket.
You have what now? Let me see.
Do you really think I can show off a hamster here, in front of Buddy?
Sure, don't worry. Buddy knows how to behave.
All right, if you say so. His name, by the way, is Mr. Snuggles.
Haal hem even uit de zak.
Here you go. I think he's a little exhausted. He works namely in the movie industry, you must know.
Well, he's cute.
He is, isn't he?
He works in the movie industry, you said.
Yeah, and I think without him, one of the most important movies of the year would have never been finished.
You don't say.
That bad?
No. I don't think you have to worry about your little friend. It's just a little bit overworked.
So, nothing bad.
No.
Nou, dat
Just
scheelt.
give him a little
Dat scheelt.
rest.
That's a relief. I think I'll let him sleep in my pocket for a little while longer. He's got it nice and warm and dark there.
Sounds like a good idea. A bit unconventional. But your magic pockets do indeed seem to have enough room for your little guy. So just give it a little rest. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Not at the moment. Thank you. Good luck with Buddy. I think he's only 40% cat litter now. Your professional treatment works.
Even die nepkat.
I think if the fluffy cat had fuzzier hair, it would indeed look confusingly like Mr. Fumbleclaw. Let's see if I can do that.
Even de nepkat kammen, zodat hij nog meer lijkt op de echte kat.
That's what I call clean work. The plush cat looks confusingly like Mr. Fumbleclaw. I'm a real artist. Once again, my talents as a science fiction convention costume designer come in handy. I know, cats love any kind of boxes. And in the box is quite ample space for a cat. But does not change the fact that I need the plush kitty certainly somewhere else.
Ja, maar waar dan?
I'm afraid the resuscitation of my fluff... The poster creep... No. My need for plastic bone...
Maar, we hebben nu met hem gesproken.
No, it's not. The village police don't... Even though... That doesn't really...
We hebben nu met hem gesproken. Maar dat lost onze zaak nog niet op. Claims to know nothing about the cat in his living room. Misschien kan ik er een foto van maken. Kijk.
It's so cute to see him slumbering in his crib. I'm so glad that the handsome cat's doing well. Only, how did he end up in Dr. Stringer's living room?
Dan zullen we hem eens even ondervragen met deze foto.
About the cat in your living room again.
Yes, what now? I already told you that you saw my cat Skippy there.
I'm afraid you weren't completely honest with me there.
Excuse me?
Just a moment. Does the cat in this photo really look like your Skippy? I think not.
What the? Did you take pictures of my living room? I think I'll have to call our village police after all.
Please. Dr. Stringer, I'm really not here to cause you any trouble. I've just been looking for the missing Mr. Fumbleclaw for so long now that I just need to know if the cat in the photo is him or not. Please, be honest with me. In the box of flea combs you received from Ricky, there was a cat in there. Wasn't there?
Good. Now that you have your photo, you might be interested in the whole story.
I am. Of course.
Very well. It's been about 3 months now, when my beloved Skippy died.
Oh no. I'm so sorry about that.
Thank you. Skippy was already old and very sick, but he had a great life, with his beloved meadow right outside the door, and his buddy always by his side.
Buddy.
Skippy must have been a great cat.
The best. And then, suddenly, a few days ago, the mail was at the door with a package for me.
The package from Ricky?
Exactly. And you can imagine my surprise when I opened the package, and a white ball of fur jumped out at me. Starved, thirsty, and unfortunately, also full of excrement.
Oh God. How awful. The time in the box must have been hell for Mr. Fumbleclaw.
For sure. To give the cat a little rest, I put up a little bed in my living room, a bowl of food and water, and pulled down the blinds on the windows. And the little one must have slept for 24 hours straight and gorged himself.
He certainly needed this rest badly.
Blijkbaar.
I think so too. And shall I tell you something? I fell in love with the cat from the very first second. And my buddy too, by the way.
How beautiful.
And now, I should give him away? and thus lose the second cat this year? Please don't.
Oh dear. However, this is really a tricky matter. Legally, the cat now belongs to Lady Longbottom. But, well, I'm pretty sure Lady Longbottom only sees Mr. Fumbleclaw as a champion of her cat breed, and doesn't really love the cat for its own sake. And when I look at the photo with the cute cat like this, and in addition to your quite conclusive explanation, I don't think it would be in the cat's best interest to leave him with the lady again.
Precies.
But the problem is that Mr. Fumbleclaw legally belongs to Lady Longbottom. But I could talk to the lady.
Ja.
Of course, without telling her the whereabouts of Mr. Fumbleclaw. Maybe I could negotiate some kind of agreement. Or something like that.
Do you really think so?
Kunnen proberen.
It's worth the try. And I've solved much more complicated tasks in the last few days.
I don't even know what to say. You would really do that?
Sure will. Surely a possibility can be found so that Buddy can keep his new best friend.
That would be fantastic.
Well, good. I think I'll go talk to the lady right now. There's just one more thing.
Yes?
What's Mr. Fumbleclaw's name now? I am curious.
I'm afraid I can't say that.
Why?
Because it's silly. And you probably call me crazy.
Now you must tell me the name, more than ever.
All right. His name is
Yes?
Frodo.
Huh.
Mr. Fumbleclaw is now called Frodo.
I said so. I'm sure you think it's silly.
Yes, but why? I love the name.
Really?
Yeah, indeed. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan after all.
Really? I must have read the books
We maken vrienden met iedereen hè, hier in het dorp.
Great literature.
And I must have seen the movies 100 times. But why Frodo? Why not Legolas or Aragorn?
Simple. The cat has just as hairy feet as a hobbit. That's when I thought it was just fitting.
I see. Yes, then of course it makes sense. Okay, I'd better go and talk to Lady Longbottom about Frodo. Pardon, Mr. Fumbleclaw, of course. And hopefully I'll be back shortly with some good news.
Hoop ik ook.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate that.
Nou, dan gaan we dat maar doen in de volgende video. Dus dan zie ik jullie graag weer daar. Joejoe.